The life, career, and passing of Three Doors Down frontman Brad Arnold. Breaking news coverage. In a story that has sent shockwaves through the music world and beyond, Brad Arnold, the distinctive voice behind American rock band Three Doors Down, has died, according to multiple confirmed news reports released this week. The announcement triggered an outpouring of grief from fans, fellow musicians, and industry leaders who remembered Arnold not only for his chart-topping music, but also for the personal connection he forged with audiences over more than 2 decades in the spotlight. Arnold rose to prominence in the early 2000s as the lead singer of Three Doors Down, a band whose emotional lyrics and accessible rock sound captured a generation navigating cultural change, personal struggle, and post-millennial uncertainty. News of his death was confirmed by media outlets citing statements from the band and people close to him. Tributes flooded social media within hours, with listeners recalling the impact of songs like Kryptonite, which became an anthem for fans around the world. Journalists and music historians noted that Arnold's passing marks a significant moment in early 2000s rock history. Industry commentators emphasized how his voice helped define a specific era of American mainstream rock, one shaped by radio airplay, music television, and the early internet age. Segment 2. Early Life and Rise to Fame. Brad Arnold's journey into music began far from the global spotlight. Born and raised in the American South, he developed an interest in songwriting and performance during his teenage years. Friends and collaborators would later describe him as a quiet yet driven artist who found confidence through music. The formation of Three Doors Down came in the late 1990s, when Arnold and fellow musicians began performing locally before gaining national recognition. Their breakout single, Kryptonite, became a commercial success, propelling the band into the mainstream almost overnight. Critics at the time noted that Arnold's vocal delivery, both raw and melodic, distinguished the group from many contemporaries. Success followed rapidly. The band released multiple albums that performed strongly on international charts, selling millions of copies worldwide. With hit songs receiving heavy radio rotation, Arnold became one of the most recognizable voices in rock music. Over the years, Three Doors Down toured extensively, building a loyal fan base across North America and beyond. Music journalists observed that Arnold's lyrics often focused on vulnerability, personal reflection, and resilience, themes that resonated deeply with listeners. Fans frequently cited his ability to make large arenas feel emotionally intimate during live performances. Segment 3. Career Highlights and Musical Influence. Throughout his career, Arnold helped shape the band's musical direction, blending alternative rock influences with mainstream accessibility. Albums released during the band's peak years consistently charted high and produced multiple hit singles. Industry insiders described him as both a frontman and a creative driver, contributing to songwriting and production decisions. Over time, Three Doors Down evolved stylistically while maintaining a recognizable core sound centered on Arnold's vocal tone. Beyond chart success, the band became known for high-energy performances and emotionally charged concerts. Many fans reported discovering the group through live shows rather than radio play alone, highlighting Arnold's stage presence and connection with audiences. Musicians who worked with him frequently described a collaborative spirit. Fellow artists praised his professionalism and his willingness to mentor younger performers entering the rock scene. Some credited Arnold with helping bridge the gap between late 1990s alternative rock and early 2000s post-grunge mainstream popularity. Music critics also noted the cultural impact of Three Doors Down during a transitional era for the industry, a period when digital music distribution was emerging and traditional album sales were beginning to shift. Arnold's ability to adapt helped sustain the band's relevance through changing musical trends and technologies. Segment 4. Personal Life, Challenges, and Public Image. While Arnold maintained a relatively private personal life compared to some contemporaries, he occasionally spoke publicly about personal struggles and the pressures of fame. Interviews over the years revealed a musician committed to balancing the demands of touring with personal growth and reflection. Observers described him as introspective, with an emphasis on authenticity in both music and public appearances. Fans frequently mentioned feeling a sense of honesty in his lyrics, which often address themes of loss, hope, and perseverance. Despite the pressures associated with global recognition, Arnold maintained strong ties to his roots and frequently expressed gratitude for his fan base. His charitable involvement and participation in community-focused events added another dimension to his public persona, reinforcing his image as a grounded artist who valued connection beyond commercial success. In recent years, Arnold's public appearances became less frequent, prompting speculation about his health and future in music. News coverage surrounding his death has highlighted the importance of mental health and personal well-being in the entertainment industry, sparking broader conversations among fans and commentators. Segment 5: Reaction and Legacy. Following confirmation of Arnold's death, tributes poured in from fellow musicians, public figures, and fans worldwide. Social media platforms quickly filled with memories, concert footage, and personal reflections from people who credited his music with helping them through difficult periods in their lives. Music industry analysts noted that Arnold's passing represents more than the loss of a performer. It marks the end of a chapter in early 2000s rock culture. Several commentators pointed to the enduring popularity of songs like Kryptonite as evidence of his lasting impact on popular music. Radio stations across the United States and internationally dedicated special programming blocks to Three Doors Down's catalog. Meanwhile, streaming numbers reportedly surged as listeners revisited the band's discography in tribute. Fellow artists emphasized Arnold's generosity and collaborative spirit, describing him as a musician who prioritized connection over celebrity. Many noted that his songwriting captured universal emotions, uncertainty, hope, heartbreak, making his work resonate across generations. As the music world reflects on his legacy, Arnold's influence continues through the countless musicians inspired by his sound and the millions of listeners who found meaning in his songs. His career stands as a testament to the enduring power of emotionally honest rock music. Closing segment: Final thoughts for broadcast. In remembering Brad Arnold, commentators and fans alike have highlighted a legacy defined by authenticity, resilience, and connection. His voice helped shape a generation's soundtrack, and his influence continues to echo through both music and personal memories. As tributes continue and the industry reflects on his contributions, Arnold's story remains one of creativity and perseverance, a reminder of how deeply music can connect people across cultures and generations. Subscribe for more news that impacts you and your world.